Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you very much for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. And this card is my design team project for the Inspire.Create.Challenges blog. So the theme we're going with this time round is thank you. So I'm going to be using the many layered blossoms dies to create my card today, and the coordinating blossoms in bloom stamp set is where the sentiment came from. So I've gone with the vintage palette on this one, using crumb cake card base, very vanilla cardstock, and then early espresso over the top for the sentiment and the outlines. So we're going to use these two large dies. Okay, so I'm going to take those off their carrier sheet so they're ready to go. And you get those other two little ones as well that layer together as well. So I've already gone ahead and die cut the vanilla portion already, and I'm going to turn the colour palette a little bit, and I'm using a Sahara sand card base instead. Okay, so that's where we're going with that so far. And then I thought I would team that up with my favourite Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so we're going to die cut this one using the cut and emboss machine. So just going to set that up on my platform. So we need all three of our plates. So you need a base platform with everything that you do, and then the die adapter is plate number 2, and then we need our cutting plates, one underneath and one on top. So I'm just going to wind that through, and it is a really detailed die, so I'm just going to put that through twice just to make sure all those little pieces in the centre particularly get cut. And what we can do is we can actually slide that out from the machine and turn it over and see whether that's cut all the way through or not. If my die plate hadn't been so... oh, okay, it came away. So let's hope that it's die cut. It just got quite... the die got stuck in there, so hopefully all these little centre pieces have cut through. I think it has. Okay, so all of these little pieces just need to be popped out. Most of them are really large and they'll just sort of fall out quite easily just by running your fingers over the top. That little leaf just gets stuck on that little frond there. Isn't it beautiful? I do love this this colour, I just love it. This one and Bermuda Bay, they're my two favourites. So anything with Blackberry Bliss in it, oh, I just love it. There was a cute ribbon in the mini catalogue, striped ribbon that coordinated with the ice cream suite. So that's the stamp set and stuff has carried over, but the that ribbon retired, so that's a bit sad. But I've still got some left, so I'm just going to keep hold of that for a rainy day. But I do love that ribbon. Okay, so these little teeny tiny pieces in the centres will need just a little bit of poking out, but it doesn't take very long to do. So if you just sort of poke them through to the back and then rub them away with your fingertip, that's generally how I do it. Some of them just want to hold on, I don't know why. It's just the way they hold on to the fibres of the cardstock, I think. So it just takes just a few moments or two just to pick out those pieces. As I say, some of them just want to hold on, hold on, for whatever reason. Okay, so we'll keep pressing those through. That one caught on the back as well. So I think people get a bit put off by all these little pieces to be pushed out, but it really doesn't take very long. Okay, and it really is so worth it. So the punches are really quick and nice and easy to use, but obviously they are limited in their capability, and they're quite expensive to manufacture. Whereas with dies we can get all these lovely, beautiful, detailed shapes, as well as the more simple ones. There we are, didn't take that long, did it? It's a little hanger-oner there. That one just wants to just hold on there. So just checking the back just to make sure there's nothing just hanging on. There we go. Right. Voila. So now the next trick is how we actually get that adhered onto our card. So I have got a very high-tech tool, and that is a clothes peg with a quarter of a stamping sponge on it. Okay, and this is one of the silicone sheets, craft sheets. I'm going to put a blob of glue in that corner there and just hold down the die in the middle-ish, and we're going to pick up the glue on the back there and pounce that over the back of our die cut. So this does two things. It means that you're not going to get lots of squidgy bits coming out onto the front where you're trying to apply glue with your you know, the straight from the tube, because it's just way too delicate. It's a very thin layer, which means it's going to dry even quicker, and in fact I don't know whether you can see on the through the video, but it's already starting to go clear, which means it's starting to dry. Okay, so it's a great way to apply glue really quickly, and then you've got to turn it over very carefully and then lay that over the top. Okay, and because it's a wet glue, you've just got a few moments to manoeuvre that into place. You need to be reasonably quick about it, but it will slide into place. And close enough is probably close enough. And so it dries so quickly, by the time you've pressed it round, you'll probably find that a lot of the other portions are already dry. So there we are, beautiful. This will dry onto your silicone sheet. Okay, you can see it's already going tacky. The idea is to protect your surface, so don't drop it on your surface. Oh dear, silly. There we go. That's going to dry on there, and then it sort of makes like a skin, and you can just peel it off. So here's the bit from earlier, and it's already gone clear, and it just wipes off your silicone sheet, no problem. You can run it under the tap and get that all clean. So then that will be good as new. Alright, so this bit's big enough for you to just dab your glue onto. I'll get our card base ready. So there's loads of areas here where we can just dab some glue here and there. You don't need to have it absolutely everywhere, just in some key points, sort of around the edges and stuff. Centres of the flowers and that just helps it anchor in the middle, so you don't need to go crazy with that. Just a few dabs here and there, and then we just need to lift that and put it onto our card. It just about fits onto one of these card bases, so I'm just looking left and right just to check that everything's kind of landed on the card, or more or less anyway. Okay, just press that down. If the odd bit of glue squidges out from the side, it will all dry clear, just as it does on the sheet. So there we are, that's card base done, and the only thing left to do is to just stamp the sentiment. I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss ink and a little piece of vanilla cardstock here. So just going to line that up along the edge of that cardstock, and then grab my paper trimmer to trim that down. Okay, so we have a nice little sentiment strip there. And then I'm just going to just cut that a little shorter. Pair of scissors, and we can just add that again with some glue. Okay, cool. Just nestled in there amongst the flowers. It's a textured surface, I'll put plenty of glue on there. It's a bit smaller than the original card, so it doesn't stand out as much, but nonetheless I think that's turned out okay. I really like that colour combo, isn't that nice? Sahara Sand, Very Vanilla and Blackberry Bliss that was, and this one was Crumb Cake, Vanilla and Early Espresso. Alright, so I hope you like that. As I thank you cards, really open theme there. If you fancy taking part in the challenge, just pop along to the blog post, which will be linked in the description, and you can add a picture of your project to the gallery there. And who knows, you might actually be the winner, or we'll give you, we'll name you in the next challenge blog post. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Take care out there, won't you? Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.